Guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you haven't seen my face in quite a minute, but I'm here and I'm back. I wanted to first just say a few things before we start. I am changing the name from Face à Toi to Najwa Italia actually. So just beware if you see a post from a Najwa Italia, it's me. I am changing my IG as well from Face à Toi to Najwa Italia and my Twitter. So just look out for that. I'm so excited to test out the Rare Beauty products. I haven't been this excited for a launch since the Fenty Beauty launch. So let's get into it. I bought pretty much everything. I didn't buy the lip balms though, and I'll tell you why in a second. But I purchased everything from primer to spray and all the stuff in between. So let's get into it. If you want to see how the Rare Beauty products look on me, then keep on watching. So here's my Sephora bag. It's filled with goodies. I'm just gonna take everything out right now. All right, so this is the mist. I really like the packaging. I like that it's not glass, I could say. I like that it's like a plastic, better for the environment, eco-friendly. You can recycle this, so I like that. I also got the primer. So let's get that out of the packaging. The primer is also in that plastic container. I really like it. I think the packaging looks sleek, yet it's eco-friendly. So, you know, for the foundation, this is how the packaging looks, and I'm in love with this. The simplicity of it. I love how this looks. The matte look of it, the matte touch. It's beautiful. Let's throw that behind me. This is the concealer that I got, which I'm thinking it's gonna be so light, but I'm gonna test it out anyways. And then we have the Luminizer. Ooh, that's so pretty. I also got one blush, just one. I really didn't want the other shades. I'm more of a peachy girl, so I stuck with this one. The final two are the lip products. Well, the liquid lipstick. So I got these two here. Alright guys, so I bought pretty much a range of products here that I believe will match my skin. Now I did go into Sephora and I kind of asked the associate to help me to pick my shades. So they did swatches and whatnot, and these are the shades that they went with. If I feel like I need to change it later on, then I will. But let's see how these products get on. I already did my skincare routine and I'm very moisturized right now. Okay, so first I start off with the primer. This is the Rare Beauty primer. It is $26. I'm reading from the app here. It says it's a weightless, silicone-free gel primer enriched with ultra-fine pearls for a lift from within glow. It's a radiant finish, and it says it's for normal, dry skin, combination oily, for everyone, really. So let's try this. I've swatched it in the store, of course, but I quite liked it just like blended out. I'm gonna take one pump at first. I liked it blended out. I liked how it looked on my hand. So let's see how this is going to look on the face. So I'm just taking a brush like this and getting the primer all over and then applying. I like to apply my primers like this now from the back of my hand. I feel like I just get like a better application. All right, so that is the primer. My skin was dewy before, but this definitely made it dewier, or it kept that same theme. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to foundation. Now, this in the bottle, I don't know. Okay, so this is the shade that the Sephora attendant picked out for me. This is 330N neutral. Yes, I said it. So let's see. I'm gonna shake this up because I hear the little ball and it it just makes me believe that you have to shake it. So let's open. Oh, she is watery. She is drippy. Do you see that, guys? Okay. All right. So this is how she looks. I didn't get any of the tools because I have enough tools of my own, but I'm just going to swatch it on my face here. As you can see, it is interesting. I'll have to blend this out to see how it gets on. I'm not so convinced now, but we shall see how it looks once I start blending. One thing I could say about the packaging is I really don't, even though it's beautiful, when I say it's beautiful, I love the look of this. I love the look of this foundation. However, if you're a makeup artist, a working makeup artist, you will not want to use this. It's just not sanitary to be dipping, constantly dipping in using the doe foot. So if you're just an everyday girl and you are not using this on clients or anything, then this is fine. But, you know. Okay. I don't know if I like this brush with it because I'm kind of seeing like the brush indentation, but blending it out, it's a little light. Like, is it light for me? What is this? I can't tell. I really can't tell. So let's continue. Let's put some more on since we're not sure. Okay, so it's so watery though. I didn't expect that. I want to achieve full coverage with this foundation, so I'm applying, a good thick layer. If you want to sheer it out, then it's definitely possible. Based on what I'm feeling in the formula, it feels like it would be amazing as like a sheer wash of color. I'm liking the finish once you blend it properly. I really love the finish of it. Like, it looks like skin. You know what I mean? It looks like skin once you like blend it in. I am going to take a sponge though. I want to see how this gets on with a sponge. And what I do with my sponge is I always kind of get a paper towel and squeeze the excess out. Like, I don't want too much in it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do my forehead with the sponge. I don't know if the sponge is going to pick up too much of it. Oh, I like the blend. I love the blend with the sponge. Okay. All right, so this is just one layer of foundation. My skin is definitely even. In terms of match, it's okay. I tend to go a little darker with my foundation, but it's okay. Like, I could bronze this up and I'll look great. I want to see how this layers. So let's go in with another round, and I'm just going to focus this on the areas that I want to kind of layer up. While we're blending out the foundation, I'm just going to talk about it a little bit. So this foundation is $29, and I believe she has like 48 shades. In terms of range, I feel like she does a good job, or the brand has a nice, mix of neutrals, warms, and cools. So I don't mind that at all. I have nothing but good things to say about that. This foundation is so dewy. Oh my God. I feel like I'm kind of oily a little bit. Now, I can't compare this to my matte foundation because it's not a matte foundation. But you see how as I'm blending, if I press in too much with this sponge, it's kind of picking up the foundation a bit. I can definitely remedy that, I think, by setting my primer initially, like after I put the primer, just putting a light layer of translucent powder, and then applying this, I think that will work. But for me, I'm not sure if I would apply it in this fashion. I'm just doing it because this is how people normally do their makeup. So primer, foundation, concealer, etc. It's a pretty coverage though. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. Like I'm trying to see if it feels heavy. It does not. So that's good. So this is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. Again, I'm in shade 330N, right? 330N. I originally thought I was going to be 320W, but when I swatched that in the store, it looks so yellow. A tip for you when you are choosing a foundation, or you're not sure about the shade that you want to pick, is take your drugstore foundation or just a foundation that matches you perfect to the T. And for me, that one is the Maybelline 312 in Golden Dior, I believe it's called. This matches me to the T. If I'm not like self-tanned or like extra dark, this is my shade. So what I did is I kind of went in the store and I did a dollop on my hand here and spread it out. So that's how it looked. And then what I did was swatched some similar shades next to it. Now, I wish I had the 320W to swatch next to this so you can see how yellow it is in comparison. But so this is the Maybelline on this side here, and then this is the Rare Beauty. They look damn near similar. Maybe the Rare Beauty is a touch darker, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that, you know? So that's why I knew I would get a good color selection by doing that. This is how I was convinced to select this shade after swatching my favorite foundation. So that's a tip for you. And if you can see in the bottle, like this doesn't look the same. I would never just look at this in the store and think, yeah, that's the one. I wouldn't. So you just gotta play the system a little bit. Okay, so this foundation, guys, is said to be a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feels barely there while providing buildable, medium to full coverage with a natural finish. I definitely think the claims are on point because it doesn't feel heavy on my face. In terms of buildable, I was able to get like a high medium coverage. Yeah, high medium. And it's a natural finish because you can still see the glow here on my face. You can still, it's not matte, it's a natural finish. So I definitely think the claims are correct there. Let's move on to the Brightening Concealer. This is said to be a Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer, and it says that it's lightweight, hydrating, and cake-free, medium to full coverage that lasts while brightening the skin. I went with 280N because, again, when I swatched it next to the foundation, it just looked complimentary, you know? Because this concealer says that it's lightweight, I am going to let this dry down so that I can get maximum, you know, coverage. Okay, guys, so I dried that off a little bit. While I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm just gonna get my powder ready. Just knock out a bit here. All right, so while the concealer is kind of drying down, I am gonna take the spray. This is the Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Prime and Set Mist. I am gonna take the spray it on my sponge, and kind of have that help me to blend. The spray is said to give like a glowing, boosting, hydrating mist. So let's do that. And of course, before I touch my face, I'm gonna take my paper towel and just pounce it in there a little so that we don't have too much product. I'm gonna blend out my nose first in the concealer. And the chin. Interesting. on the forehead. Let's see. That blended away. Even after letting it dry a bit, the coverage is minimal. I'm gonna have to go in with another layer, I think. Let's see if I can layer it up though, because I want a little bit more coverage right here. We are back. The concealer I think should be dry enough to blend out. So let's, oh yeah, that's more coverage. Okay, so you just gotta let this dry. You gotta give her time if you want full coverage. You gotta give her a little bit of time. She doesn't like to be rushed, okay? She does not like to be rushed. And one thing I realized though, the spray has little, it looks like oil droplets in there. So maybe you don't want to use it when blending out your concealer. All right, so now that we have that down, the part that I'm just so excited for is the blush, guys. Let me pull up the specs. So Rare Beauty's blush, it's called the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush. I did check out reviews on this because I was the most interested in this. It's very pigmented, so I will definitely take that into consideration when applying. But the details, it says it's a weightless, long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy flush. When I saw this one, I was like, this is what I want. This is what I want. So this is Joy. I'm gonna swatch her on my hand. On the hand, it looks wild, doesn't it? Like, it looks so pigmented, but take a brush and just blend that bad boy out and look at what you're left with. We are going to go 1 dot. Oh, that was maybe too much. 2 dot. That was probably too much. But let's take our brush. It's the same foundation brush. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That's a pretty blush. All right, so let's blend this one out. And I'm just going to kind of press in my concealer, kind of like tame the blush a little bit, just a little. Ooh, I might want more because once you set, it's gonna even go down some more. Okay, just a little. I'm gonna wipe off. I'm wiping off the tip of this really well. And I'm just gonna go boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's it. Oh, that was perfect. And I'm just adding a little touch more because I want it to show up after I set. Wow, this is my first liquid blush that I've actually fell in love with. I really don't like liquid blushes. Like, I really don't. I think I prefer this to the Fenty cream blushes. All right, guys, so we have our cream blush on. I'm in love with the cream blush, and I think I might purchase some more. But the Joy? All right, so next on the list is a liquid highlight. Whew, I kind of want to set my face already, but I'm enjoying this liquid process here. This is the Positive Light Liquid Luminizer Highlight, and I bought the shade Flaunt. Okay, so the liquid highlight for me, it's giving me issues with application. I think the best way that I'm going to apply this is by putting it on the back of my hand, and then with the sponge, I'm just going to kind of pounce it. Yeah. I'm just going to kind of pounce it on my face where I need it. Now, it's a very natural highlight, Lord. It's a very natural highlight. It's not going to give you like 2019, 2017, boom, boom, boom highlight, but it's gonna give you that glow. So the blush lost a lot of its intensity there, but you can still see it. You can still see that flush. I didn't really take the powder over the highlight too much, but it's there. I'm gonna go ahead and bronze off camera because she didn't have a bronzer in this collection, so I'm just gonna do that off camera and then I'm gonna come back, okay? So now that we have our bronzer on, you can kind of see what we're working with. I love the finish of this foundation, I think. I just think I wouldn't work in this order because I don't like to sit here. Well, maybe it's because I'm filming, because there's lights. I don't like to sit here with like an oily feeling and that's kind of what it felt like because the foundation, the concealer, everything was just so hydrating that I felt like I needed my powder. I am going to take a little bit more of that powder though, and I am going to kind of bake a little. So while that's kind of sinking in and learning to love my face, I'm going to do my brows and such really quickly. Now that we have our brows done and mascara, I want to go ahead and try the liquid lipstick. So let's take this off that we have here. The two lip products that I got from Rare Beauty are these two right here. The first shade is in Thrilling, the brown one in Thrilling. And then we have Fearless, which is like a mauve-y, you know, tone. I'm gonna start with the mauve one first, and I am going to apply these very thinly, like I just want the tiniest application like that, and then just blot it. I think I'm excited about the liquid lipstick because this, it feels soft. If it has that like smooth, matte, soft matte feeling. This is how I would be wearing it though, like this soft, you know? But let's try some more. Just a little bit more. That's pretty. That is very pretty. Now let's try the brown one, which is Thrilling. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. My lips have multiple. Ooh. This for like fall? This for fall? And I think the way I would wear this is by putting it in the center and then blending that out. You guys don't understand how dry my lips have been, and this is building great. I love this color. All right, so lastly, we have to spray with our spray that seems very illuminating. So I'm gonna shake this up real well. All right, guys, so that is it. That's it for Rare Beauty. Honestly, in terms of a brand, like a new brand, I think she did a great job. My skin looks flawless. It looks like skin, but it looks flawless. So I really like that. I think the foundation was a great match. Like if you see my hands here and then you see the foundation, it's a good match. It's definitely a good match. I would have loved to see a bronzer in this line. Definitely, I think I needed a bronzer. But my favorite thing my favorite thing I think is the liquid blush and, the liquid blush and the liquid lipsticks. I think that's my favorite. The highlights, I feel like on my hand it's so pretty, but it just didn't translate well. I mean, if you like a very soft highlight like this, I 100% recommend you applying that to your hand and then just using a sponge to kind of tap that in, because otherwise your foundation might pick up. But the stars of the show for me are these three products here. The pinch, soft pinch, liquid The Soft Pinch Liquid Blush, Enjoy, is gorgeous. And then these two liquid lips in Thrilling and Fearless. So that's my review. I mean, honestly, if I weren't reviewing this products for you, I would have just only purchased the foundation, the concealer, and then the blush and the liquid lipsticks. I wouldn't have gotten the primer. I wouldn't have gotten the mist and the liquid highlight. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I feel about it. I really do like the completed look though. I think it's very pretty. It's very, soft and gentle, and it has that effect. It doesn't feel cakey on my face. I don't feel like I have a ton of makeup on, but yet it's a full face. It was able to cover up the hyperpigmentation that I have going on down here. So you can build this foundation up. As you can see with the concealer, if you allow it to dry, it can be a little bit more full coverage. But you have to give that time to dry. The liquid highlights, it's all right in my book. I really love this shade though in Flaunt. That shade is very pretty. The primer, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I would repurchase this primer. It's a nice illuminating primer, but I feel like I would have wanted a matte primer underneath such a illuminating foundation, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. That's my review of Rare Beauty. I hope that you guys like this. I hope it's not too long, but I was so excited to review this line. It's the first that I've been excited about in a long time. So congrats to you, Selena. I love the message behind your brand, and I think you're a cool chick. So hey, I wanted to support you. If you wanted to see more videos from me, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.